Hello, this is Nanzono. On this episode of the truck, food truck, I'll be doing the doors. If you watch, I did take a picture, which I would do a lot. I do take a picture of the door or the process, what I'm doing to reference back. So right here, we're taking out, I'm literally taking out the screws on the door, and everything, all the hinges, hinges, trying to get them all out, aligning them, making sure everything is observing to see where everything was, where on the side I'm working on now, you see there's sheet stainless steel underneath the door than the stainless steel. So these are all different. Your door could be different from mine, or it could have it, but you just observe and work with what you have. So here I'm taking a screw. There were also extra screws that were added by the previous owner to hold these doors because they were basically falling off. Even the hinge, one of them was even broken, and a couple were bent. So again, depending, I decided to get a cup to put all my screws in. Then just keep taking all the screws out, try to get everything, you know, um, you know, that one I'm observing is bent. The aluminum is bent. So now I'm wondering, as much as I can, I wanted to reuse a lot of these pieces because these aluminum, it might have to be fabricated. The special, the curve, the length, and all the stuff. So, and I went to Home Depot, I didn't see the exact. So I'm trying to reuse what I can in all these, and so I don't have to spend much money. So it's just gonna be the basic of what I'm already doing. So that's what I'm looking, trying to observe, see what I could reuse, how it is, or just to see how I could make it work. So, and again, yours could be better than mine, or mine could be better than yours, but you're just gonna work with what you have. Of course, if you have the right resources or the right place to get these the parts, of course, you can always get new ones. So, and I'm trying to take these out, but it's all rotten. The woods. I haven't taken these out before. I've never. So I'm like trying to and also try not to break, make it worse because I'm not sure you know, what is in there or if there's something else. So, and again, I always reference, back to my notes. So, I'm trying to take a screw out. I mean, I could have cut it, but I think I ended up cutting that screw. I use my right angle grinder and just cut it out. I think that's what I did because I found I wasn't, I didn't have to reuse it again, the bolt. So, now I think I did take out my camera again. Like I said, taking pictures, taking pictures, just in case if I yank out something I wasn't supposed to. Now I have to figure out how to put it back again. I did look up a couple on YouTube. I think I found only one or two folks that did this. Again, I noticed they're all different. So like sizes or the way it was built. So I mean it's basically the same concept, but still have to. So I've taken one of the doors out. On this side, I'm trying to show you exactly what came out of this door or what the door. So if you could watch, I already took it out from the hinge and all that stuff. So if you watch, the left top is all rotten. The stainless is all rotten. So which I have to figure what I'm gonna do there. So, and if so, basically, if you take the sheet metal out or the stainless, whatever it is, that's what is in it. That's what's in it. And you see the left side, which is the bottom, which was all rotten. The the plywood is just gone. There's mold on it. It's just gone. That's all I gotta say. and I slowed it down so you could really see exactly what it looks like in there. So the left side is supposed to look like the right side, but yeah, a lot of stuff is gone out of there. So now I'm looking, I'm like, okay, how am I gonna reproduce this? Because at first I was gonna do it differently, but I'm like, what am I even, why even kill myself? Let me just, reproduce or do the exact, maybe better, of the same, similar, because there's a reason why the pattern or the way where those woods are is like where the maybe where the handle or where a lot of you have to bolt something. That's why those are there. So, and this is the other. I don't even know. That was. It's just. So this is what is. That's what I have. That was nothing. I'm just right here observing to see, because I did consider, oh, maybe I should leave this door, but after looking at this, like I was very glad I took it apart, because there was no way, yeah, this doesn't work, So I was like, okay, so and again taking more pictures, referencing, you know, because I have to buy the hinge, I have to measure it, find out which one it is. One number, I think, is that what was holding was a T45. That's what it is, a T45. So again, just using the reference of what I took out that was all rotted. All I did was measure and cut pieces of I think 1 by 2. Again, you go by what you have. I don't know if these are standardized or not. The only thing I could say is, okay, maybe the inside is a 16 on center, or but on my trailer the inside was 16, but the roof were 2 feet. So I, I, again, that's what it is. I don't know if that's a standard or not. So now I cut all the pieces, I started putting them together. That's what I was doing here. So I did at first, to hold it together, I used staple, because that's what was used on the old one. So which I end up, I used this staple to bring them all together. Then I had to use an I think a straight nailer to screw it, then cut it down. It might have, maybe it took me longer to figure it out, but again, this is my first time doing this. So I'm doing it, I'm observing, I'm measuring, you know you know some of these stuff, watch your back, you go, if if there's flying objects, wear glasses, goggles, gloves, your knees, get a pad, so this is what I'm building now. This is gonna be the new door. So basically, now the um just be careful when you handle all these tools, so you don't hurt yourself or you get help. So so yeah, so that's what it looks like. The That's why I slowed it down so you see what it looks like. And then like I said, I use a straight nail. I'm not sure what not a brad nail. Probably use a nail. Then I'm just cutting them off, smoothing everything out. So this is what it's gonna look like. Then plus the plywood that is on the other side, which is thin. Then if this is what you're doing, you could just put the stainless on this side and call it a day. But because I'm using it for a food truck, I'm putting an FRP. I didn't put an insulation, I put an FRP because this is a die. You have to be wary of the weight. You know, that's why I have to be careful about the weight. Because it swings. So I'm just going through everything, cutting off. Then on this side, using the liquid nail. That's what I used on this side. Use the liquid nail. Put the liquid nail all over on this side of it. If you're just putting on the door, you're not doing any of this. You don't have to do this part, because this is the part that you see your faces inside the trailer. but because I'm using it for a food truck, that's why I'm doing all this part. And make sure everything's lined up, strain it out, try and make sure everything cures, there's no bubble or anything in between. Of course, I measure it first before anything. And like I said, I just use a liquid now, spray it all across, had my knee pad because it does, just, watch your back. That's what I'm trying, so that some of these things you're doing it, you're standing on an angle and all this stuff. So after this now, because of the next stage we're gonna go is like trying to put it together. But like I said, just straightening everything out, making sure there's no bubbles, that it cures right. Then on this stage, I did slow it down so you could see. I'm taking the basically, if you look on the right side, you on next to the trailer truck, you see that I already did the doors, but I'm gonna take it out on this side. So let's see how this goes. It's just basically the same thing. I had like I think I had like two screws that were still holding the door. The bottom of the trailer still has to be, I still have to paint it, treat it with anti rust and all that stuff. So just like everything, I try to observe and see what it is before I start yanking things out. Because in case if there's a wire or something, and always seek help or assistance if you need to do any of these. So basically, the FRP you saw was on top of this sheet that says 107. That's all. So now I take it out. Like I said, the condition of these are pretty horrible. I'm just picking it up to show you the condition of it or what it looks like, and the rust, the mold. I mean, it's over time. The trailer I'm looking at is like maybe 11 years old, or no, this trailer is probably like this is 20. It's probably like 18 years old. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure, but it's gone through a lot. Then yeah, I'm just separating it so you could see exactly what is in between both. Let me go. I think there's some screws that they put it in to be holding all these. Over the years, they've patched it so much that there are things that are not supposed to be there. Like I said, yours could be easier, yours could be different, yours could have a different screw. I have there's the manufacturer screws that were on it. I end up having 3 or 4 other different kind of screws that were holding stuff there, So I'm just taking them out so I could, because I'm planning on reusing the stainless steel, the sheet metal. I'm not really sure what that is, but let me call it sheet metal. I'm planning on reusing that sheet metal. That's why I'm not trying to rip things apart. If I'm gonna reuse them, so that's just what that is. So even the bottom, I'll draw that out. Again, it's just a habit. Every time I see this stuff, I look at it to see how it was done before me. I'll make sure that if there's a better process I could use, or if I could just do exactly what they did. Then I just gotta bring the new one I did and just place it, and that was it. See, I have to put so that tells me that it fits right. So now I just gotta start measuring, making sure with the hinge, the door handle, all that stuff, make sure it's right. So now on this part, because of the sheet metal, I gotta have to cut off there's rudder part of it. I have to cut it off and put another piece. That's what I decided to do instead of buying a whole brand new sheet metal. So that's what I'm working on here. And this sheet metal, where did I get the one I put on? I got it inside the trailer, on the edge, on the inside edge. There were some that was inserted inside, so I took it. That's how where I got them. So I didn't have to buy a new one. All these I did try to repurpose as much as I can, reuse materials. I was on a limited budget. So again, right now I'm using a planer to do the ends, the edges, because the what I did happened to be thicker for some. I don't know. It's just a little thick. Then well, again, not that it was thicker. I added the FRP. That was it. Yeah, now I remember. The FRP made it thicker. That's why it was. So I have to justify for that FRP. So that's why I have to use a plane and get it down a little bit. Then while I'm doing the mold on the ends, so it could fit. That's what it was. So right here I just put the small one that I cut off, then I cut this, and I'm just measuring, making sure everything is so, yeah. So just put in the sides, the aluminum channel that was holding it. Again, because of the I have to, so it will fit. I'm reusing what was there before, so I did not make a new channel. And I have to be careful. If I did make a new one, maybe it's not even gonna fit on the door anymore, because now it's gonna be thicker than the door, then water will start going in through the door, so it might have to do a lot of adjustment. So I just decided to stay with what was there, and also financial reasons too, so I don't spend too much money. So that's what that is. So I just keep adjusting, making sure everything is level, lined up. Now start screwing them in, using a bowl, screw, whatever that is was on there. I don't think there was nothing that used a washer. Maybe not yet, but I just held everything. Some of them I have to use I have to drill a hole first before. Then all these is just adjusting, making sure everything is lined up, adjusting, putting the screws, adjusting. Then places that I have right here, these are the places that had maybe the bolt for the door, the hinge. That's what I'm just piercing. It was I reused the existing. That's what I did. So now when I was done with it, I just have to now try to put the door to level it. I already know it fits because it did fit before. And this is where I realized that the hinge I have was sagging. So either I have to adjust for it, or or buy a new one, which I end up buying a new one, and they did cost me $38. $38. So what I first of all, I went to Home Depot, they did not have the right length. I think their mine was 16, they had 12 in length. So I had to look online. I think I found somebody that was selling it for, yeah, I think $38, $40. Then I bought the phone. So here I will finish most of the stuff. Here trying to level it, so the door will go in level. So, and basically that's it. The rest is more of tidying up, put it back how it was. That's where the reference picture comes in. If you're not sure how it was before, you take a video, you take a picture before you start, so that when you're putting it back, you're like, oh, where is this screw going? Where is this screw coming? Oh, how was this before? Then you could reference back to that, because yours probably is different from mine. When I say in variation, not, it's the same concept, I think, but it might have one or two things different. Doesn't mean there is the same concept. That's what I meant, but just more like, So you see where this way I'm picking it up. I realized that my hinge, I have to go get a new one. So I'm like, there's no point. So I just put everything, together. Check this side too. Make sure, line it, and just make sure the top is all. And keep going. So now put the screws in. The bolt actually on this side is just the bolt. It kept coming out because of the size. But apart from it, that's it. This is Nazo Ono. Thank you.